As real estate prices move up, the land underneath those properties rises along with it. Correspondingly, we see property taxes rising as well. The average household doesn't understand self-sufficiency and the need to detach themselves from this monetary system. If you can reduce your expenses, you can work less, retire earlier, enjoy more free time, and live with less of a burden. So let's discuss that. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Let's get into this today. Talking about our expenses. Why it's important not just to worry about increasing your income, but reducing your expenses. Recently, I did 2 videos. And these videos, I'll show you right now. One, how to get land for free. And the next, how to stop paying taxes today. More specifically, this one here. I did these videos, and if you look at the comments on this one here, you'll see quite a bit of negativity. And there was a lot of what some people would call pigeonhole, sort of attacking what I was saying. The ideas generally, what I got into was that there are places around the world that you can look into, many cities, states, provinces, regions, that will offer you tax incentives to give you part or all of your property taxes back. In this example, I showed areas of Ontario, but it applies to many areas. One that comes to mind is Hawaii, for example. Now let me talk about this very quickly. So what you'll look for is the tax incentive programs, whether it's farmland, whether it's conservation, or if there is agriculture type land, you'll see that in Hawaii, for example, other areas too. And there's more in here, okay? The people were saying for this reason, that reason, every other reason, you will not be able to get your property taxes back. Well, of course, most people won't. But if you're looking into a place to become self-sufficient, this would be an important consideration, especially if you don't want to work a full-time job, let's say. So you want to bring your expenses all the way down. Well, property taxes are going to eat away at that, especially if you're worried about property taxes rising in the future. This way, you don't even need to worry about that because you'll get it right back. It's important. So that's why I did the video. Then there was some negativity on there, and I was very disappointed in that. So I'm doing my own research for myself, and literally the second house that I clicked on, I find this. This happens to be up north. I'll show you where this is, but it's basically what you would call cottage country of Ontario. $389,000. All right, $389,000. That's Canadian dollars, of course. 12.5 acre property. The owner participates in the land conservation tax incentive program, which reduces property taxes. All right. This is already in place. $389,000, massive property, 12 acre, and you get most of your taxes back. I think in this case it's either 50 or 75%. So you're going to be paying significantly less. If it's farmland, there's different rules. I mean, depending on where you live, there's different rules. So I don't want to tell you exactly what those are, but search it. It may apply to the place you live on already. You just had no idea. But there are different rules. Every region is different. And maybe it's not the place you live in today, but maybe it's your dream home. So that should be something that you think about as time goes on. Okay, quickly here. I don't want to take up too much of your time for this video. And then this one here. Massive property. Looks like mostly just open land. 25 acre, $470,000 Canadian, and it shows right here, land is taxed at a farm rate. If you bring in just $7,000, this is in Ontario, if you bring in just $7,000 from your farm, which is basically nothing, that's considered farmland. You get, again, I think it's 75% of your property taxes back. That's a great deal. Maybe you don't want to be a farmer, but I'm just suggesting that this is a possibility, right? Again, so this was literally the second house and the third house I clicked on. What I did was basically selected properties that had acreage, looked in the northern areas, found these 2 properties. That's what you can do for yourself. If you're interested, take a look or talk to a real estate agent. They would be able to look into it for you, find you these properties that are already eligible for that. Whether it's land conservation. And in the last video, I got a lot of criticism because people were saying, you know, you're not going to find the body of water near your place. You're not going to get a tax incentive on all that. That property there looks like it didn't even have any sort of water near it, anyway. And yet it was able to have that tax conservation. So it's important to know this type of stuff, okay? And don't listen to all the naysayers all the time. Just to give you an idea of what this is for wherever it is that you live. So this is the downtown core of Toronto. And this is the region in which I was looking, somewhere around this area here. It's about 2 to 3 hours north. The reason I'm showing you this is that within a, let's say, 2-hour drive of most major cities, you can get into an area that will provide you everything you need. Maybe it's you want to live near a lake or near an ocean. Maybe it's you want to live in an area that's secluded. You can find these things. Sure, maybe it's not in the ideal area for what most people like, and that's a good thing for you. So anyway, take a look at this here. Remember just to consider it. Keep an open mind and do your own research. There's no way that I could go to every country, every city, and try to find all these statistics. It's impossible. So I'm just bringing that to you so then you can do your own digging. Okay, last but not least here, if you want to see those videos or any of my other videos, just go to the channel youtube.com/themoneygps. Then you can scroll down to the bottom and you'll see, for example, the Money GPS how-to and solutions. So that's what you should check out for all these type of videos like this. I've got my free e-course down at the bottom there as well. That's youtube.com/themoneygps. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can get all these details as they go on. Take care.